I think there's a very big misconception that to achieve anything in life, you need to go like this. So you have the start of your journey and you have some goal in mind, and you feel that you need to do the first task, then the second, then the third, and then do it thousands and thousands of times until eventually you come to this. And at any point of your journey, something may happen and you won't be able to move anymore. And so it's better to give up. But actually, I think that the process is closer to a thing like this. So imagine you have the ability tree, like a game character, and you have, for example, your goal is to become a YouTuber with million subscribers or something like that, and you have some basic skills that you can create some content, you have some ideas, you may know something about YouTube, like editing videos, you may know something about speaking confidently, and you may have some practice talking to others, so your speech is very nice. But still, most of the stuff is not unlocked. And so when you look at your progress, it goes something like this. So every day, every week, every month, you move just a little bit every time. And so you think that if the progress like that would continue, that it will just take ages to get to this success. And you don't understand how other people seem to move so quickly. But the thing with this ability tree is that you can develop it. So you can, for example, in terms of YouTube, you can learn something about editing, or you can find out what kind of thumbnails get more attention. Or in public speaking, you may try to do some voice exercises, or read some book about how to deliver information better, or you could even go to some absolutely other skill, for example, the filming of the video, get the new camera. And so your whole ability tree starts growing. And so your progress just starts going a little bit faster, just a little bit by bit, every time you learn some information. Sometimes it's something small, sometimes it's something huge that you weren't taking into account at first, but it always accelerates your progress little by little by little by little. And the coolest thing is that some skills are not even, you don't even need to unlock them in any way by yourself, by reading some books. You can get just more practice. For example, more practice in editing and filming videos, more practice in talking. So you start to become better speaking. You start looking in the camera instead of looking somewhere else. And so your tree just starts growing by itself. And because of that, your progress may look something like this. So you start, there is no progress, no progress, no progress, seemingly no progress. Then you start going a little bit faster, 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 but still no progress. And so eventually you get so much speed that you just exponentially start going up until the success just comes one day to you. And you don't understand how it even happened because it used to be so slow. But that's because you're unlocking your tree. You just keep unlocking your tree and getting new abilities that just accelerate your progress every time. And the more abilities you have, the more the tree grows by itself. So let's say that you look at the situation like this, that success goes from here to here. And for example, you want to be more attractive for girls, for example. And you say, well, I'm quite short, so this one is a pass. Also, I may have a very high voice and women love lower voice, so that's also not a pass for me. So it means that this whole thing is already blocked here and it's impossible to get there in any way. But in reality, it looks more like this. So imagine that this whole thing is the one branch of your huge, huge, huge ability tree, and this branch is dedicated to attraction. And first of all, you may already have some qualities like you're alive and you're human. So you can do already something. You may move just little by little by little by little, but you're already moving. But well, obviously that's not enough. So your two qualities that you don't have, or three or four, they are just a little part of this tree. Of course, this little part may block some other parts, but you still have some branches or sub branches that you can develop. For example, you can go to the gym and start trying to be more muscular, have better posture, get more fit, lose some fat. You can also start looking at your hygiene, at your haircut. You may wash your hair at least once a week instead of once a year. You can wash your face more often. You can brush your teeth more often and not once a week. You can use some cologne. So there are lots of things that may develop this tree. And although these branches may stay blocked forever, you still got this huge tree. It wasn't supposed to do that. And because of that, you will always have some kind of progress. It may be slower than you would want in the first place, but it will be higher than you expected in the first place. And so other guys may call you lucky. They say, oh, this guy is, for example, he is short and he has high voice. Why is he getting all girls? I guess he's lucky or he just gives them money or something like that. But that's not true. You are lucky because you're developing this whole tree and you have so many branches to develop that they didn't develop. They may just rely on these branches. They may have be very tall or have a very low voice, but they weren't developing these parts. And so that's why they were moving like this and you were moving like this. Of course, you may say that, well, these qualities are not that effective, and I want these qualities. They are very effective, but I'm stuck because of these stupid things. But you still got these qualities. You can still unlock them. You can keep them all red or don't do anything with them. Or you can unlock them, you can improve them, and even though they may not be that effective, the whole cumulative effect will give you this thing. The thing is, you're still using this concept all the time in your usual life for some short-term goals. For example, you need to go to the airport, and so you think, all right, I'm gonna go on an express train that goes at this time, then I will come to the airport, and then I will fly. But suddenly something happens and you miss your train. And you don't treat it like that. That, well, I missed my train, that my whole trip is ruined because of this one thing. No, you maybe will treat it like this. So, for example, this were your express train, and after that you could go for a walk on go on some bus in the airport, and now these options are blocked. And you won't say that, oh, my whole trip is ruined. Instead, you may say, well, I may take a taxi. Or maybe you can say that I may go on a subway and then I can go on the bus, and or if I'm just run that I won't be late. I just need to run very fast and then I will come in time. So you don't treat it like this. You treat it like this because when you have some short-term goals and you have some deadlines, you will just try to find any method. And yet when you have some long-term goals, you treat them like that. Even though this is the same thing, it's just longer. And when you have short-term goals, you can see the progress very quickly when you start checking these options. But in long-term goals, it's exponential. So it may just go very, very low for quite a while before it just explodes into the sky. And that's because you were unlocking this tree. So this thing works both on long-term goals and short-term goals. And don't treat it like this because it's very discouraging. There are always options that can go each direction. So after you understand that, you have a very simple choice. You may ask not what am I doing wrong? Why am I stuck? Maybe it's all stupid and it's just not possible to do because of this part. You can just ask, am I ready to put in all this effort to unlock this whole tree and go like this before going like that for a while? Or I'm not ready and I will rather choose some other goal. So the choice is much simpler when you understand this.